Hello, my name's Joe and I'm your British English pronunciation teacher. And in today's lesson, we're going to look at two things. Yes, two things. First, we're going to look at the most common sound in English. And then we're going to look at the rhythm of English, the beat of English. And actually, this most common sound in English forms the rhythm of English. So let's look at this most common sound first. Tell me, what is this? That's right, this is a pen. This is a pen. Yeah, this is a pen. So you notice we say a pen, and not a pen. Surely it's a pen, isn't it? Why do we say a pen? Well, the article has two pronunciations. It has the strong form, a pen, or the more common, weak form, a pen. A pen. But notice shouldn't really have any separation between the two. So we go through the unstressed word quite quickly to get to that stressed word, pen, noun, a pen, a pen. So it's not a pen, it's a pen, a pen. So why are there two pronunciations for this same word? Well, in English, we class words into two separate groups when it comes to pronunciation. We have the words that have a lot of meaning, like main verbs and nouns, adjectives and adverbs, that we normally say with stress. We say them very clearly. But then we have all those small little grammatical words, like articles, where we actually reduce them. And sometimes we have two pronunciations. Not all of the words have two pronunciations, but many do. And the article is one of them. So we have a or a. But then there's the other article as well, like the, strong, the, weak. So let's look at another group of words where we have a choice to say them clearly or to reduce them. All these words here are function words. So what that means is they have grammatical meaning, they have a lot of function, but they don't have regular meaning, like the nouns, main verbs, etc. So we can pronounce them in two different ways. So for instance, we have to or ta. We have from or fram. For or fa. Sometimes we don't really change the pronunciation, but we just don't have a strong form with, by. It doesn't change, but we're not going to stress these words. Now, what about these auxiliary verbs? I talked about these main verbs, they have stress. So main verbs have stress, but auxiliary verbs, normally they do not have stress. So auxiliary verbs like are becomes just this one sound. Was becomes was. Do doesn't really change, but we have and have. Could even drop the H. Could, would, shall, they're always reduced. Now what about this final word here? Can. Now this surprised a lot of students, but actually the majority of the time we say this in a weak form. We say kun. Can you speak English? Can you speak English? How would you answer that? Yes, I can. So when you answer it, you're going to answer it in the stressed version because you're focusing on your ability to speak English. Though in my question, can you speak English? Speak in English stands out because that's the main verb, speak, and we have the noun there, English. It's the subject of the sentence. So the can is not really important. So we can just reduce it to kun. Can you speak English? Now, what do we stress? Well, we stress content words. Could be nouns and names for things, main verbs, adjectives and adverbs. So I've already shown you what's the most common sound in English, a pen. It actually has a name, it's called the schwa. It's just the name of this sound, and it appears in many languages that use a similar rhythm to English, a rhythm that uses reductions. So English is a stress-based language. I mean, some words are stressed, i.e. they're said much clearer, and some words are reduced. But also within a word, We have stress, a stressed syllable, stress sound, and a reduced sound, a reduced syllable. And you can see it in my title. I'm a teacher. Teacher. So I have 2 syllables. Teacher. But which is the strong syllable and which is the weak syllable in that title? That's right. The first syllable is strong. T. And generally in English, if we have a noun of 2 syllables, almost always the first syllable is the strong syllable. So the second one, cha, is the weak syllable. Now the CH just stays the same, ch. But then we have an E and an R there. Now the letter R in my accent is not pronounced. Many accents would pronounce that R as well, like Americans would pronounce that R. But we do the same thing with the vowel sound there. We take out the E and we replace it with that schwa sound, that teacher, a pen, a teacher, teach, And it's getting used to this sound. For a lot of speakers, like Spanish speakers, they find it very difficult to reduce this sound. And they end up saying because they don't have a reduced sound in their language. So it's one of these sounds it's a very simple sound, but you have to get used to this sound and used to making it by really reducing it. And I think saying it on its own doesn't really help. You need to say it with another word to link it to another word like this. A pen, a teacher, a student, a lesson. So let's look at some sentences now where we can see this stress pattern taking place, both within the words, but also at the sentence level as well. Can we go for a swim in the sea? 3 nice chunks here. Can we go for a swim in the sea? You want some intonation for that question as well. Can we go for a swim in the sea? Good. Now you notice the first 2 words are function words, so we don't stress them. Couldn't we? We kind of say them all together. Then we have go. And go has that diphthong, that O sound at the end, so we need to move the mouth a lot for this. So can we go? Then we have for a swim, and that swim to stand out. For a swim in the sea. Can we go for a swim in the sea? Can we go for a swim in the sea? Next line. Now in this line, beautiful day, South England, should be standing out. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the south of England. Of England. It's a beautiful day in the south of England. It's a beautiful day in the south of England. Now we have another question, so we need that question intonation. How do you want to pay for this, sir? So actually here it's want, pay, this, sir. These are going to stand out. How do you want? How do you want to pay for this, sir? How do you want to pay for this, sir? How do you want to pay for this, sir? Now we have Jessica Smith, because a name of someone, it's really important. Required, arrivals, immediately. So we almost stress everything. It's just the is and in that are going to be reduced a little bit. Jessica Smith is required in arrivals immediately. Jessica Smith is required in arrivals immediately. Now I'm going to say the sentence. I want you to tell me, what words do I stress? When you get to the station, give me a call. When you get to the station, give me a call. Good. So get, station, give, call. When you get to the station, give me a call. Okay, now last one. Would you like some of my carrot cake? Of course, carrot cake really stands out. Would you like some of my carrot cake? So I think like is the main verb. maybe some as well. Would you like some of my carrot cake? No, for me it's like and carrot cake that really stand out. Would you like some of my carrot cake? Would you like some of my carrot cake? Okay, so finally, let's now look at some text. So I have a fairly simple 2-sentence piece of text. Most of the words are very common words, maybe one word in there that's not super common. And I want to say the text to you. I want you to hear it first. It's always really important, especially in English, that we listen first to get that pronunciation. Especially if you come from a language that uses the same script as English, like a European language. It's really important to listen first because the pronunciation is often very, very different. So I'm going to say this text. I want you to listen in. Then I have some questions for you. I'm going to say it quite a few times. And then afterwards, I'm going to show you the text so you can see what I'm doing. So here we go. I'd like to go shopping for a pair of shoes. But the shops are closed because there's a weather alert. Apparently, lots of snow is coming in from the Highlands. So the government have advised people to stay at home. So what was it that I wanted to do that I cannot do? That's right. I wanted to go shopping. But what did I want to go shopping for? So I'd like to go shopping for a pair of shoes. I'd like to go shopping for a pair of shoes. So what did I want to buy? That's right, a pair of shoes. A pair of shoes. Good. So I'd like to go shopping for a pair of shoes, but the shops are closed because there's a weather alert. So why can't I go shopping? That's right. The shops are closed. But the shops are closed. But why are they closed? Because there's a weather alert. Yeah, because there's a weather alert. So we have an alert. What type of alert? A weather alert. Now, apparently, lots of snow is coming in from the Highlands. So what is coming in from the Highlands? Yeah, lots of snow. So apparently, lots of snow is coming in from the Highlands. So the government have advised people to stay at home. So what did the government do? That's right, they advised people to stay at home. Now, what was the word that I said in between government and advised? So the government have advised people to stay at home. So the government have advised people to stay at home. Yeah, so it's have. The government have advised people to stay at home. So why was it very difficult to hear that have? Well, in this case, it's not have as in I have a pen. It's not for possession. It's for tense. It's the present perfect. So normally these helping verbs like have, well, verb to be, we don't pronounce them as clearly. We reduce them a bit so that the main verbs can stand out. And in this case, it's advised. So the government have advised people to stay at home. Good. So let's have a look at the text. Firstly, what do you notice that's a little bit strange about the text, and particularly about the letters? That's right, you're going to see a lot of upside down E's. Now they're not an E, it's just a symbol. It's part of the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. And if you just wanted to learn one really good symbol, this is the one to learn. So this is the schwa sound, the reduced sound in English. The sound, a pen, a teacher, a student, a lesson. And you can see it appears quite often. Almost in every word you'll see this schwa sound. Sometimes you'll see it twice, like in apparently, apparently. apparently. And you'll see sometimes a whole word can become this sounds, we know that. A pair of shoes, a pair of shoes. But what about in the second line? But the shops are closed. But the shops are closed. This in a closed, what word does it represent? What would that word normally be? And this might surprise you. Yeah, it's verb to be. Are, as in A-R-E. The shops are closed. But it's a verb to be, so it's very rare that we stress verb to be. We might, though, there's always exceptions. There might be a reason why you want to stress verb to be, to make some sort of point, to emphasize it. But here, it's not necessary. So we just say, the shops are closed. You are a student. You are a student. Are a student. You are a student. So almost always we just reduce this are to the shops are closed. Because there's a weather alert. Now, there's actually 3 words here. What are the 3 words in between because and weather? That's right. We have there is a. Contract, there's a. And of course the S is more like a Z. Well, it is a Z. There's a. There's a. There's a weather alert. Of course, weather alerts, we stress these. So apparently, lots of snow is coming in. It's a phrasal verb, coming in. So we stress the in a little bit more. Fram. I don't say from. Fram. From the Highlands. Where are the Highlands? It's a geographical region. That's right, it's in Scotland. The very north of Scotland. It's very beautiful. Lots of mountains. It's called the Highlands. And you notice it's not highlands, because the second part is reduced. Highlands, England, Scotland, Iceland. So that second syllable is reduced, so it's not land, it becomes lund. So the government have advised people to stay at home. To stay at home. To stay at home. So I'm going for it one more time. I'd like to go shopping for a pair of shoes. But the shops are closed because there's a weather alert. Apparently, lots of snow is coming in from the Highlands. So the government have advised people to stay at home. There you go. So what I recommend, watch the video, of course, and try and copy. Do some shadowing. Listen to me say these lines and then you just copy. And try not to think too much about it. Try not to maybe read the lines. Imagine it as music and you're just trying to follow a rhythm. Anyway, good luck and I'll see you soon.